Hello, welcome back to another vlog with me. As you can tell, it's quite early in the morning. I'm not looking completely awake, and I'm basically waking up because of the whole Britain leaving the EU, which I think is a surprise for a lot of people. Um, so this is just my ramblings and thoughts on as to why, well, just my thoughts and feelings on the whole thing. It's definitely a shock looking at the map, at the landslide that the Leave to Remain was. But at the same time, considering, the amount of reading things over the last few days and certain people that I've been talking to, definitely seems like an older generation won this one out. We're now in a very, very unknown period, and who knows really what's going to happen. So, I'm going to be honest about something. I posted on Facebook yesterday that I truly believe this should not have been given to the general public to vote on, and by the looks of it, I feel like personally I was right about that. I believe that a lot of the people that vote Remain are very much people that were either misinformed or ill-informed. They didn't look along the internet, really look at what the experts were saying and things like that. But at the same time, if that was a lot of the older generation, people that don't use the internet or who usually watch TV and newspapers, then I'm kind of not surprised. The way the media has handled the entire thing is a complete farce. I want to swear a lot in this video, but I'm going to refrain myself from doing so. But newspapers, on television, all focusing on the wrong things, focusing on what people have been saying instead of looking at the facts, just the straight up facts, and making it easy to understand. And that hasn't been the case. There is information out there for people to see, but I found that on the internet. I went and looked it up, I went and read about it. But they decided they made this a thing for the people to do. They made it a referendum, and they handed people like racists and bigots and people like that the chance to say, screw you EU, screw you immigration, we're going to be on our own. And I think that was a mistake. I truly believe that this should never have left Parliament. To make general people make a decision on this scale of things. I will say we really have no idea what's going to happen in the next 12 months to a year. Obviously the pound's dropped to the lowest currently, which is never good. It's a shame really, because there goes my plans of going abroad, but that's something which may change over the time. Who knows? This is the problem. We don't know what's going to happen truly, and we'll find out in the next, like I said, 12 months, 18 months, and we'll have to see what happens. I read this morning that it takes 2 years to leave anyway. So does that mean we've still got 2 more years of the EU? We can enact it whenever we want. Apparently they want it for the next 2020 elections. So does that mean that we're just going to be part of the EU 4 more years, 5 more years? We really don't know. It's going to be 2 years plus, basically, potentially. Which in that case means we could probably work out a lot of stuff. So in the long run, maybe it isn't that bad. But it's just nobody knows about any of it. It's just sad to see, looking at the map of people who decided to go and stay. It's just sad to see that most of these people are voting because they believe in a strong Britain and all this thing. It's just like, I wish that the information was just better, and that the people that voted Leave, at least if they voted and they had their facts straight and they were happy with what they were doing, then fair play to them. The whole point of this thing is an opinion really, just to see if people want to stay or leave. Like, you can't blame people for wanting to leave. Like, I mean, yes, like, the racists and people like that, it was a terrible idea. You've got people who just go, oh, it'd be funny to have a laugh, wouldn't it? Very British thing to just be like, oh, just see what happens. But there are going to be people out there that truly do believe we should leave, and probably have valid reasons. I'm not going to get funny with them, like, that's their choice. It's up to them what they decided they wanted to do, whether they wanted to stay or go. I think a lot of people are potentially overreacting because, like I said, we don't know. But then again, it could get a lot worse. Hopefully, we'll find out in the next weeks or months or soonish, so we have a better idea of where we're standing. But I think people really need to sit down and think about this and soak it in. And you know, we need to look. We need people to come out and just tell us like what's happening. That's going to take some time. You know. What can we do in that meantime? Well, we just have to go about our daily lives. With any luck, now that we're meant to be leaving, they'll sort out a lot of stuff between us and the other countries that don't, which makes sure that England doesn't really change as much. It's just going to be choosing other bits and bobs. I think there's definitely things to be taken from the EU that are good. The EU's not perfect. EU is far from perfect, but you know, it would have made probably more sense if we stayed. But we just have to see what happens now, really. I'll be honest, I'm not too worried. I mean, there's no point. I'm too tired right now to even consider being worried about it. And even then, it's like, what's to worry about it? It's happened. We're going to have to just wait and see, and wait for this to play out to really gauge just how bad or good it's going to be. Because if in 12 months' time it turns out that our country's now booming and all this, you know, it's like, well, that wasn't a terrible idea after all. But I have no idea. I wish I did, but I'm just going to have to wait and see. And it does suck, and I'm almost want Cameron to just be a complete bullsack about it and just be like, nope, we're staying in, and just completely ignore this referendum. Because I think it would make it, even though he'd be hated, I think it would make more sense if he just went, sod it, we're going to stay in the EU and step down and then not have to worry about it for however many more years before another referendum comes up, or never even let us have another referendum. I don't know if this is very coherent, this video, because like I said, I'm tired. I'm just getting all my thoughts out now. I'm probably going to get people disagreeing with me in this video, but that's fine. I think everyone's going to be angry or passionate about a lot of this stuff. It doesn't matter. You can disagree with me, you can agree with me, you know, it's totally fine. But we're just gonna have to wait and see how the entire thing plays out. Hopefully it will work out good, but who really knows? But yeah, I feel sorry for a lot of people that were passionate about the pro campaign. People that were passionate about, you know, who were informed people that made informed decisions. You know, we will see what happens. And, yeah. Anyway, that's it from me. I'm sure maybe I might make a follow up at some point, but that's it for me from now. I'm gonna go and do things that don't involve the EU and what like that. So I will see you guys next time.